That needs to be a promo as well.
It's time to get you up to speed on all things sports.
Yes!
With plenty of nonsense in between.
Oh, look! Here comes our fearless producer!
Gwynn and Chris starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, what is happening in San Diego? And welcome into yet another edition of Gwynn and Chris on San Diego's #1 sports talk station, 97.3 The Fan. Getting underway here a little after 3 o'clock on the West Coast. We'll be heading towards 6 p.m. tonight. And then I got a little good news for you. The Scraby Chronicles return to the airwaves tonight. Matt Scraby will have his show from 6 to 7 p.m. tonight. And I imagine, Scraby, that the fans of the Padres are clamoring for your return.
I don't know
after
about that.
Sam Levitt just coughed up 2 games in a row.
Oh, I see.
As the pregame and postgame show host. Of course, you had stepped in for Sam Levitt and gone 3-0.
Yes, I did.
With the Padres. Sammy returns from a little mini vacation, and all of a sudden the Padres offense goes on vacation.
Ooh, I like that line.
Yeah. Over, what was it, 1 for 10?
I think
with runners in scoring position last night?
Yeah.
And 0 for 5 today.
Yeah.
So you add that up, that's 1 for 15. Those were the days. Remember, we used to complain about the runners in scoring position.
We haven't had that conversation in a long time.
No, we don't need it. The Padres are hitting like 276 this year, third best in baseball. But that went away for a couple of days, and they got no clutch hits. Couldn't find one, couldn't buy one. And, I thought last night Padres played an unbelievable game defensively. Manny Machado, I don't know. Nolan Arenado ought to walk some of his Gold Glove awards across the field and just give them to Manny Machado before he leaves town. I don't know how many hits Manny Machado took away from Arenado in this series. At least 4.
I was excited for Manny because he kind of got some revenge.
He did. He got a ton of revenge on Arenado. Arenado kept hitting line shots down there, and Machado kept turning him into double plays. Manny was brilliant defensively in the series. They couldn't get a key hit last night. It was one of the very few times that has happened. Higashioka answered the call with a tying home run in the 8th inning. And as he hit that home run last night, I was thinking to myself, man, this has happened a lot this year.
Yes.
Where it's the 8th or 9th inning, the Padres need a home run, and magically they get it. And then the stat came up. That was the 17th time this year that the Padres have hit a tying or go-ahead home run in the 8th or 9th inning.
That's
the
wild.
17th time. Second place is the Orioles. They've done it 12 times.
I did hear this last
So
night.
it's
with
not
Tony
even really
Jesse.
close. The Padres have done it way more than anyone else in baseball. And, I was thinking, like most of you probably, after Higashioka hits the home run, they win the ball game. Mike Schilt, I think deservedly deserves a little blame for how he handled the 9th inning last night. Now, Arise gets his 4th hit of the game. And I don't know. Should you have bunted with Profar there? There's 2 things. There's 2 ways of looking at this. One, Profar is hitting like 370 this year with runners in scoring position. He's been magic. He's done it every time you've needed a key hit. He's come through. And you take the bat out of his hands, and even though he got the bunt down and got a rise to third, you're now asking Cronenworth to, get the ball out of the infield against Ryan Helsley, who is just really good. This guy's got
41
magical
saves now?
stuff, 41 saves. He doesn't give up much. And I know, the disappointment, Cronenworth doesn't get it done. He strikes out. But Helsley threw him about a 99-mile-an-hour sinker that dropped off the table. I don't know who would have hit that pitch. So, and then Manny strikes out. So was that a mistake? A.J. Cassavell tweeted that before Profar came to bat, the Padres' odds of winning that game last night, remember, it was tie score, and ninth inning, and arises on second with nobody out. So the odds to win the game were 67%. After Profar bunted him to third, they were 68%. So analytically, and you know I love analytics.
You do.
Analytically, the Padres didn't really improve their chances to win, but they gave up an out. Now, on the other side of this argument is the fact that Profar just no longer seems to be Profar. I hate to say it. I've loved him all year long. He's been magical. I still think if the vote was today, he'd be the team MVP. But the fact remains that some of the magic has started to run out. Profar's hitting .235 since the All-Star break. He went 0 for 14 in this series. And I think he only got the ball out of the infield once or twice. He finally hit a ball hard today, but it went right into the glove of Sonny Gray.
It did.
About 105 miles an hour off the bat. I'm not giving up. Profar might have a rebirth. September is still here.
He lives for the big moment.
A magical season has to end magically for Profar.
Let me tell you this, Chris. Does this change your thoughts on the ninth inning decision to bunt? Because Profar, late in close situation, meaning your team is tied or down a run,
right,
with at least someone able to tie. Okay,
yeah.
His late and close batting average is the best in baseball. 447.
Well, that's what I just said.
I know.
What did I say? You get the lead runner at second base. Profar does this all year long. I don't think you take the bat out of his hands, but I think what Schilt was thinking was Profar's slumping right now.
Well, did you see what Profar said after the game?
No, I didn't.
He said, they asked him, like, why didn't you swing away? And he said, did you see me lately? Or have you seen me last night?
Is that what he said?
I was 0 for 4.
Yeah.
I wasn't very good.
Yeah, he's been slumping, and it just goes to show. Aaron Judge had a slump this year. It was the whole month of April.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like it, but he did. Shohei Ohtani, I guarantee you, slumps.
He just slumped recently for a little bit.
But Profar's in one right now. It's just, he's going to get out of it, and hopefully, he'll shine again in September. But that was last night's game. Today's game.
I don't even want to tell you his last 15 game stats.
Profar?
Chris. Yeah.
No, they're not good.
190 average.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
The only hit he's had in the last 2 weeks was the tying home run against the Mets. But, of course, it was a key blow.
Yeah.
That's been
late and close, Chris.
Late and close. Yes, I think you should have let him swing last night. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Today there wasn't a whole lot to it. Merrill hits a home run. Sonny Gray pitched pretty well. They didn't really have many chances. I thought Higashioka again in the 7th inning came up. They're trailing 3-1. There's 2 guys on, and I'm thinking, no way he can hit another home run. He didn't miss by a whole lot. Burleson caught the ball racing into foul territory on the warning track. It was, 10 feet, 5 feet. Anyway, close doesn't work. You lose the ball game. There's a few other things today in this series. First, I got to tip my cap to a guy that I was critical of, and it wasn't fair that I was critical of him, but I had to be critical of him because I was sticking up for Jackson Merrill. And the guy I was critical of was Mason Wynn. Because he's another guy in the Rookie of the Year race.
Yes.
And I was like, who's Mason Wynn?
This guy stinks.
Yeah, get him out of there. He's nowhere near Jackson Merrill. Well, he shut us up this week.
He did.
He had 9 hits in the series. He had a home run today. He stole a base. He played all kinds of defense.
He was on base the entire
He looked
series.
like a hell of a rookie player for the Cardinals this week. So, give him some credit there. Goldschmidt came up with a big hit, I thought, today, the one that took it from 1-0 to 2-0.
That's also annoying is that he found out how to hit again during the series with
Goldschmidt's
the
not
Padres.
having a very good season, but he had a good series. So, look, here's the bottom line and how you wrap this all up. First of all, the sky isn't falling. The confidence level is still sky high. But the fact remains, in this stretch where they had 18 games in 18 days, they've played 14 of those games now. They're 7-7. It's not bad. It's not great. And the bottom line is, 500 baseball, you lose ground in the NL West because everybody else keeps winning. Except today, the Diamondbacks did lose. That game has just gone final in Arizona. Mets hang on 3-2. So
They have a winnable series this weekend.
There is a little bright spot there. Padres don't lose any ground to the Diamondbacks. Hopefully they can get a little help later on when the Dodgers host the Orioles. Into Tampa Bay next. Tony is on the plane, so it's Scraby and I until 6 o'clock. Welcome to it. We got a jam-packed show. I'll tell you what's coming up when we return. We're checking traffic here. It is that time of day.
We are, yes.
So we'll do that and then get rolling here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the
All right, welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. Got a lot to get done today, and normally we do our daily gambit about now, but we came on the air late. If you're just tuning in, Cardinals beat the Padres today 4-1, so Padres have to settle for a split, and it's on to Tampa Bay. They'll take on the Rays tomorrow night. Bad news there, by the way. Only way you can follow the game tomorrow night, listen here on 97.3 The Fan,
news.
Or purchase Apple TV. It's the Apple TV game tomorrow night.
And when you do purchase Apple TV, choose Tony and Jesse as your
you
sound.
can. That's the only good news about having to watch the game on the
Apple
stream.
TV,
is that you can choose your radio broadcast.
Yep.
So, Tony and Jesse tomorrow night. On our show tomorrow, it's a very short show. Don't miss it. From about 2 to 3 o'clock tomorrow. But Tanner Scott, the new reliever, will be our Friar Friday interview tomorrow. One thing I'm excited about, Scrabe, next Wednesday, that is September the 4th. And so that's 6 days from now. You and I are going to be out broadcasting live at the new Buffalo Wild Wings in Mira Mesa. It's on Reagan Road. Thank you very much. Wow, I feel like I'm running for office or something. Everything I say. I love when these politicians, anything they say, everybody goes crazy. Hey! How are you?
And it lasts way too long,
I know.
too.
They don't even say anything.
Do those
They get
people's
applause.
hands hurt from clapping so much?
I don't. Reagan Road, 9690. We're going to be giving out. This is next Wednesday. Show is from 2 to 5:30. Mira Mesa, Buffalo Wild Wings. We're going to be giving out 3 pairs of tickets. 3 to the Padres Astros game. I didn't realize the Astros are still coming to town later this season.
Yes, they are.
You can get 3 pairs of tickets to see the Padres, and you can boo the Astros on September the 18th. But the party is next Wednesday, September the 4th. Buffalo Wild Wings also will be signing people up during our show for 10 lucky people to win, this is unreal, to win free wings for a year.
Give me some meat.
Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine?
Wow.
What would you do? What would you do, Scraby, if you had free Buffalo Wild Wings for a year?
Man.
I mean, would you go every day? Would you go every other day?
There's no
you'd
way
feel like,
I could.
You'd feel like you're wasting your opportunity, right?
There's no way I could go every day.
if you could just, if you had just a card and you just gave it to the guy and said, "Give me 10 wings. I want the garlic wings. I want the barbecued wings. I want
what I would do? I would
the
tell
hot
my
wings.
friends that I can get them wings whenever, and then I would be the wing king.
I don't know how it works, but you get.
No, I think there's limits. And
There must be some limit to it.
You're not just getting unlimited, like,
I was gonna say-
100,000 chicken wings.
I was going to say you could walk in with 15 friends and go, "Hi, I'd like 600 wings, please."
Yeah, I think there's
there
definitely
must be
rules.
some rules to it.
But you have a full year of
Yes.
not paying for wings.
I'm sure there's some rules to it, but ultimately it's a pretty good deal. 10 lucky people are going to win free wings for a year. The sign-ups are going to be next Wednesday during our show.
And it's local people. Like, you have to be there signing up. It's not going to some guy in Toledo, Ohio. I don't know where Toledo came from.
It's a
but
great
there.
opportunity. I mean, come in there next Wednesday, see us, hang out, have some food, Buffalo Wild Wings. You love that place. Have a cold beverage and win some Padre tickets and get the wings. One other quick note. Have you signed up yet for our Survivor Pool,
Yes,
NFL
John.
Survivor Pool? Scraby will tweet out the details.
Here are I figured out a better way to explain this.
Okay.
973thefansd.com. Right now on the homepage, if you go there, you'll see on the right column an NFL logo. You click that story, the link is in there. Also, if you're on X or Twitter, go to my Twitter, Matt Scraby, MattsKraB, as in boy, Y, and the link is there, pinned at the top.
All right, sign up, and remember, we're playing for bragging rights, but also you get a World Wrestling Federation style. Yeah, I don't think The Rock's going to come to your house, but you are going to win a WWE belt.
I was designing it last night. I felt it was actually kind of fun.
It was classic. Yesterday when we were talking about it, Adam Klug came in and modeled
came
it
in
for
like
us.
he was the WWE champion.
Yeah, so you get a belt to signify the fact that you are Survivor Pool champion. Make sure you sign up for that. I, by the way, have already made my pick for week 1.
Well, you've been talking about this, but I really sat down last night and looked at the picks. And this is a tough week to start the season on an eliminator pool.
Yeah, eliminator pool. I could see some people going out in the first week because the
bad teams are playing the bad teams, and the good teams are playing the good teams.
Yeah, there's not a lot of big spreads in week 1. So get into the Survivor pool. You'll have some fun with that. All right. What now? I threw myself completely offline here.
You were going to tell everybody what's on the show.
Yes, thank you. We are going to, first of all, we have such a short show tomorrow that I want to talk a little college football today. The season opens tonight. There are a bunch of games tonight. There's games tomorrow night. Saturday, you get the big showdown. Number 1, Georgia. Number 14, Clemson. The Aztecs debut Saturday evening at 5 o'clock. Sean Lewis.
I'm looking forward to that.
Aztecs fast.
Yeah.
They're going to put 60 up. They're going to get 70. Or are they going to win 13-10? I don't know what they're going to do. We'll all find out
80.
together. Put them up. Put the points up. The more you can, the better it's going to be for the Aztecs. You're trying to sell a product. You've got to do what you've got to do. So we're going to talk some college football. Also, we have Chris versus the fans. We have a Big Five. And we've saved the best for last today. The Daily Gambit will close the show today. Normally, I wouldn't say that's the best. But our friend, Matt Scraby, last night did something historical in the Daily Gambit.
Oh, gosh.
You're going to have to tune in to find out what it is. For now, we take a quick break. We get ourselves situated, and then we bring you more Gwynn and Chris on 97.3 The Fan.
What did I...
All right, welcome back to the program. 3:35 is the time. Category for this half hour is potpourri. A Jeopardy favorite over the years.
I love the potpourri.
Potpourri.
segment.
You don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
You don't know what's coming.
No, you don't.
We're going to go in a couple different directions. Cardinals beat the Padres today 4-1. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll play some Chris versus the fans. Your chance to qualify for a trip to Las Vegas. I watched something yesterday on television, Scraby, yesterday afternoon when I got home after the show.
Was it the Kelly Clarkson show?
I did not watch the Kelly Clarkson show. What I watched yesterday was the best 90 minutes of television that I have seen anywhere since Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul went off the air.
Oh, my goodness.
And you know I love those two shows.
Yeah.
This is the best 90 minutes of television I've seen. You can take Netflix, toss it all. You can take Hulu, toss it all.
I
You
have
can
no
take
idea
Amazon Prime,
where this is going.
get rid of it. Apple TV, Deep Six that. Find the 90-minute feature on Greg Maddux that ran on the Major League Baseball Network over the weekend.
I've actually seen that.
Have you seen the whole thing?
Wait,
All
no,
90
sorry.
minutes?
Nolan Ryan, I saw his.
Well, watch Greg Maddux.
Okay.
First, here's the main reason that I'm nerded out over this. I was a pitcher in my life, so to learn what went on in the mind of one of the greatest pitchers of all time is something that I thoroughly enjoyed.
That's interesting for sure.
But if you're a baseball fan, you're going to thoroughly enjoy it too. There were so many great Maddux stories in there. Some you knew, some you didn't know. A little bit about his quirky personality.
I've heard some stories.
We
from
have heard
Tony.
some stories from people we know. I don't know if I should throw Tony under the bus.
Well, he's only told me one story. I've
Yeah.
heard many stories from many people.
Well, look, they interviewed people about Crazy Maddux, and they said, it's too R-rated. We can't even tell you the stories.
And
So that's all you
true.
need to know.
That's true.
So Maddux is a little bit of a lunatic, but when he's on the mound, he was the smartest pitcher perhaps in the history of the sport. And there are some stories that they go through that are just awesome. And I know Tony brought this up on the show a couple of weeks ago. I hadn't seen it till yesterday, but there is a segment in the show where he sits down with a little, not a laptop, what do you call this? The tablet.
Okay, yeah,
He
yeah,
sits
yeah,
down
yeah.
with a tablet.
Yeah.
And somewhere else, Barry Bonds sits with a tablet, and they're looking, both of them, but not in the same room.
Yeah.
They're looking at Barry Bonds versus Greg Maddux at bats
Okay.
from like 25 years ago.
Are they reacting to each other, or is this separate?
They're reacting only to what they see.
Okay, so they film these separately and then they put it together.
They
That's
put it side
interesting.
by side.
That is interesting.
And Bonds is, first of all, Bonds is very gracious and fun to listen to for all the people that, think that Bonds is this ogre. He's
Ogre.
He's really
He's Shrek.
Yeah, he's Shrek. He's really cool about it. And he's, he constantly says Maddux is the greatest pitcher of all time. And then on the other side, Maddux says, I love facing him because he's the greatest hitter of all time. And the two of them go through these at-bats. And Bonds, goes, all right, first pitch, I'm looking for this. And Maddux is like, first pitch, I'm thinking of throwing this. And then they take you through the at-bat. On one of the at-bats, Bonds hits a home run. On the other bat, I think Maddux strikes him out. But it's just so interesting to watch these two geniuses
Getting ahead
at
of them.
at their profession going head-to-head. That was one of the part. The other part I loved was this story. And I'll share it with you and then watch the show. Maddux came up with the Cubs, and at the end of, I forget what year it was, 86, I think, 1980. It's a long time ago now.
Yeah, it was only one.
He came up in 86. He had some success at the very end of his first year, so he stuck around. He made the team, 87. By the end of 87, he was struggling a little thing. I think it was 88. Anyway, don't hold me to these years, but it was his second or third year.
Yes.
And he was struggling really badly, and it was middle of the season. And the Cubs came to Maddox. They'd already sent him down, brought him up, sent him down. They came to him, and he was about to pitch against the Padres in a day game at Wrigley Field, middle of the season, and they told him, if you lose this game, we're sending you down.
Oh.
Now imagine having that kind of pressure to begin with.
That is pressure.
The game gets underway. The Cubs take a lead. I think it's 4-2, and it's about the third or fourth inning. Andre Dawson, this is 1987, Andre Dawson's MVP year. He's facing the Padres' Eric Shao. Some Padre fans might even remember this a little. Eric Shao hits Andre Dawson in the head with a fastball. And I mean just flush.
On purpose?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it got away, but he hits him in the head.
Ugh.
Dawson is down for 2-3 minutes.
Ooh.
Dawson gets up and tries to find Eric Shao. And this incredible brawl breaks out. And they finally, restore order. And it's interesting, in the clips of this, you see Tony's dad was out on the field and everybody. Rick Sutcliffe is pitching for the Cubs. He goes to Maddox in the dugout, and he says, look, you need to get the next 3 outs to get the win. You got to qualify for the win, because otherwise you're going to get sent to the minor leagues. You got to get the win. But after that, you need to retaliate for that. Maddox goes, I need to retaliate now. And Sutcliffe goes, you're going to get sent to the minor leagues.
He doesn't care.
Maddox says, I got to do what's right. He goes out on the mound the next inning. First batter, Benito Santiago, plunks him right in the hip. They throw Maddox out of the game. The Cubs send him to the minor leagues.
He went for it, even though he was going to get sent down.
And if that doesn't tell you all you need to know about what an amazing teammate Greg Maddux was, I don't know what would. And Andre Dawson, I think, forever appreciated Maddux for doing that.
I guess so. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
You talk about putting the team, how many guys would do that? Putting the team so far in front of yourself that you basically get sent down for it.
Yeah.
That's Maddux.
That is insane. Got
to see this show. MLB Network, I don't know if they're, airing it again, but I imagine you can see it on YouTube, right? Scrabe, you can find any show now is on YouTube, or you can, on demand, you can find it. I loved it. I highly recommend it. Got me thinking also, Maddux was on the 95 Braves, the 1995 Braves. That was the only year the Braves won the World Series. In that era. Remember, they won 10 straight division titles. They only won 1 World Series. That was in 95. Maddux, Smoltz, Glavine. I was thinking to myself, what are some of the greatest baseball teams of all time? And if you had a tournament, like let's say you had an 8-team tournament for the best baseball team of all time, who would be in the tournament? Well, you'd start with the 27 Yankees, because everybody starts with the 27 Yankees. Yeah. Apparently, they're the greatest thing of all time.
But that was Murderer's Row, right?
I wasn't there, but I know you think I was.
Okay, I was going to say, really?
The 27 Yankees are in the tournament. The Big Red Machine, they'd be in the tournament. Middle of the 70s Reds with Rose and Bench and Foster and Perez and Griffey Sr. and all the rest of them. Then you start picking and choosing, but probably the DiMaggio Yankees, who won 5 in a row one year, the Mantle Yankees, the Jeter Yankees. You got to put a lot of Yankees in this tournament.
Ugh.
I think you could consider the mid-'60s Cardinals, who won 2 World Series and lost a third only after blowing a 3-1 lead, Bob Gibson and company. I think the Koufax Dodgers of the early 60s. I think Bochy's Giants would have to get a consideration. They did win 3 in 5 years.
Yeah. Not
too many teams in this era have come close to that.
No, and yeah.
But one of your choices would also have to be the 95 Braves. Because if for no other reason that they're going to come at you with Maddux, Smoltz, and Glavine, which might be the best 3, man rotation in the history of the sport. So
I mean,
it's something
growing
to
up,
think about it.
Growing up, I didn't grow up in the biggest baseball household, but I know who all three of those guys are, and I'm very well aware of them because of how good they were in their era.
It wasn't just them, too. They had some Hall of Famers on this.
Andrew Jones,
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones was
no, they
Chipper.
didn't have. They had Chipper Jones
Okay.
and Andrew Jones. But yeah, they had some great players. David Justice was in his prime. Anyway, you can name them all. But I think the '95 Braves, that staff with Maddox and those guys, maybe the greatest three-headed monster staff of all time.
I think we could say each team only gets one entry.
Well, that would be unfair to the Yankees because unfortunately they deserve more than one entry. But if you're trying to get the Bochy Giants in, that's a good way to get them in.
Okay,
Limit the Yankees to one entry.
All right, but the Giants teams though weren't.
No,
great.
they only won like 80, 90 games every year.
They weren't like
right. They weren't dominating
the Yankees.
teams. Like one of the greatest teams I saw was the '86 Mets, who won the World Series. They won 108 games. And they were dominant and had a bunch of Hall of Famers. Seattle Mariners who won 114 games, but then didn't win.
Yeah, they didn't win
in the playoffs. So they're hard to include.
The Braves team last year was pretty darn good.
There's a lot of great
home
teams.
runs.
A lot of great teams. But anyway, I think the '95 Braves, Maddox, watch that show. On my recommendation, I think you'll enjoy it.
I'm going to.
All right.
We need to do traffic real quick.
Thank you.
All right.
From the 97.3 The Fan Traffic Center, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by MTS, reminding you that trolleys run every 15 minutes or better. Folks are having a tough time navigating our roads this afternoon, guys. Northbound side of the 15, an accident before Rancho Bernardo Road. Couple vehicles involved there over to the right shoulder. Also, eastbound 78 College off-ramp. There is a stalled vehicle over to the right shoulder. Westbound side of the 78 before Rancho Santa Fe, accident blocking the slow lane. Also traveling on the coastline, southbound 5, right before Oceanside Boulevard, there's a hit-and-run crash, not showing if any lanes are blocked. Now, that's just the North County. We've got numerous problems elsewhere. Southbound side, northbound 15, Claremont Mesa Boulevard, off-ramp a crash. Also, southbound 15, accident at the West 8 connector. South 163's got a collision just past Balboa, then another accident reported right at the 8 connector. Don't let traffic drag your day down, whether headed to the office or game day. Go the easy way with MTS. Trolleys run every 15 minutes or better throughout the day. Learn more and plan your trolley trip at sdmts.com. That's sdmts.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Thank you, Kelly. And Scraby is giddy. There's some breaking news.
This is breaking news from 97.3 The Fan.
I'll let you announce your own breaking news.
Well, it's been a long and arduous process, but Brandon Ayuk is returning to the 49ers on a new contract, 4 years, $120 million.
And I ask you this.
Yes.
Why do these guys hold out?
Because they get what they
Because it
want.
always works. It always works. Every time. The team always gives them what they want in the end. Brandon Ayuk's not a $30 million a year receiver. Even you would admit that. He's maybe the fourth option.
He's on his way. He's on his way.
He's the fourth option.
He's on his way.
You're giving $30 million a year to the fourth option on your offense?
He's not the fourth. I mean, CMC's number one.
McCaffrey,
I would argue
Debo, I get the ball to, and George Kittle. They double team him. Ayuk catches because the other guys are all covered.
Again, he had over 1,400 yards last year.
Which is about 80 yards a game. Stop overrating him. He's not. Now, he may go on to be great. Maybe the 49ers are betting on something, but he hasn't done enough to earn $30 million a year. Should he be paid with Tyreek Hill? Come on.
No, he
And
shouldn't.
the rest of the $30 million guys?
But I think Ayuk was in a unique situation, and the whole time I've been saying, I don't care, get him out of here, and I was being serious about that. I was tired of all of the drama. I was tired of everything.
Yeah.
But now that he's back, I'm very happy that he's back.
I figured you would
Very,
be.
very happy
Now
that
they
he's
got to
back.
get Trent Williams
I didn't know
signed
that,
up.
switching gears, because this is the potpourri segment, I didn't know that Colorado was playing tonight, so we're going to get to see some Coach Prime.
Coach Prime, Colorado, well, we are potpourri. Colorado's playing like
North Dakota State.
I think it's just regular North Dakota.
No, it's North Dakota State's on
All
the
right.
screen.
Thank you. Yes, it is. That's one of the closer spreads of the weekend, by the way.
That minus 10. Why does Dion get so much credit for building these great programs if they're only a 10.5-point spread over North Dakota State?
North Dakota State is a good Division II team.
Did you just hear what you said?
I know what I just said. All right, well, let's go to college football since we're potpourring. Some of the other games tonight, you think that one's crazy, 10.5 points. How about these other 4 games? 11th-ranked Missouri is playing Murray State. You can take Missouri, but you have to give 46 points.
See, that's more like
That's
it.
stupid.
That's more
Utah
like it.
is playing Southern Utah, 38 points. Kansas is playing Lindenwood. Can you please tell me what that even is?
It's a place where
I've never
villains are
heard of this
born. I don't
before.
know.
Kansas is favored by 45.5. North Carolina State tonight is playing Western Carolina. They're 32.5-point favorites. Some of these teams have scheduled really, really weak to open the season.
Lindenwood University is in St. Charles, Missouri.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Never heard of them before. Anyway.
You see, you were telling me before the show that you wish that they would schedule better opponents out the gate.
I do.
I
don't
kind
like
of
these
enjoy
games.
the 75 or 77 to
You
7
do?
games in
Do
the
you think the
beginning
other
of the
guys
year.
enjoy that?
Yeah, because they get their money that they came for.
Ohio State is playing Akron this week. 48.5-point spread. 48.5. Oregon's playing Idaho. 43.5. Alabama, as usual. Western Kentucky, 32 points. Old Miss Furman, 42 points. Tennessee's playing Chattanooga, 38 points. Oklahoma's playing Temple, 42 points. Kansas State is playing UT Martin, 36 points. Auburn is playing Arizona, is playing New Mexico, 30.5 points. Come on. Half the teams in the top 25 are favored by more than 30 points this week. You cannot tell me that is good for your sport.
All right, so here, let me play devil's advocate. Advocate or whatever.
All right.
The day that Snapdragon opened, it was a good matchup for the Aztecs. It was against Arizona, a Pac-12 school. They were kind of,
Right, and they lost.
Yeah, and they lost.
Yeah.
They're going to be playing Texas A&M Commerce this
Yes.
weekend, and I'm hoping that they'll win, but they are also above 30-point spread.
Yes, they are.
So are you angry that they're not playing someone?
I'd rather play somebody.
Okay.
I just would. I know Sean Lewis has to get his feet wet. He's got to see what it's all about. It's probably smart to schedule this way. Hopefully you can run up 40, 50, 60 points and get everybody to say, wow. But, to be honest, I'm going to love the Aztecs, but it's not going to do anything for me. What does something for me is beating Oregon State in week 2. And I don't care what the score of that game is, 9-7. You beat Oregon State, that's a great win.
You beat a big-time Pac-2 school.
You beat somebody from the Pac-2, you've done something.
Washington State also on the schedule.
Also, yes, and you got Cal. So there's some chances for, Sean Lewis. This week, I'm not into this scheduling total, obvious cupcakes.
I'm not into it if it's like week 3, 4, 5, but week 1, I like to see
You're
some
okay
of this.
with it.
Yeah, it just kind of is like, okay, football is back. There's a bunch of blowouts in college football.
All right, well, there are some good games this weekend. I said number 1, Georgia's playing number 14, Clemson. On paper, that seems like it might be a good game. 7th-ranked Notre Dame's playing number 20, Texas A&M. 13, LSU's taking on 23, USC. So there are some good games. Number 19, Miami is playing Florida. Anyway, college football season. I'm trying to get into it. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I'm going to give it a shot. It starts tonight, actually, with Neon Dion.
No, you can't call him that anymore. It's Coach Prime.
I know what
to
I
you.
have to call him. I can call him whatever I want.
No.
Oh, yes,
Coach
I
Prime
can.
to you.
He doesn't have to listen to me or take my questions, but I can certainly call him whatever I want.
He's taking more heat than you guys gave him the other day. People are like, come on, just answer the question.
I didn't want to.
I know.
And I think we know
what
what Dion wants, Dion does.
Yeah. That's
All
true.
right, Gwynn
Let's
and
see
Chris.
them beat North Dakota State tonight, okay?
Or you might root against them, knowing you.
Maybe I will.
Chris versus the Fans is coming up next. Chance for you to go to Las Vegas, 833-288-0973. All right, heading into hour number 2 of our 3-hour show today, Chris, hello. Tony Gwynn Jr. is on a plane with the Padres from St. Louis to Tampa, Florida.
Not Tampa Bay.
No, not Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is not a city. Tampa is a city.
Yeah.
Padres lost to the Cardinals 4-1 today. They split the 4-game series, disappointingly so. But you know, what are you going to do?
I mean, disappointingly so is right.
Because you won the first two, and you think you could have won last night for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we were sitting here feeling good, and I'm not saying that this team is on the way down, and you said it earlier, the sky is not falling, but we did feel like this team was going to just crush the Cardinals this series.
I thought the Cardinals were ripe to be swept, but, you know, they hit 3 ground balls into a hole last night against Robert Suarez in the bottom of the 9th inning. The odds of that aren't very good. 2 outs, right?
Yeah.
Single, ball game. And, you know, that's happened to Suarez maybe twice all year. So, you know, they went 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position the last 2 days. Not going to win you many ball games, even against a Cardinal team that I think is kind of, you know, packed it in. Certainly the Cardinal fans have packed it in.
Oh, my
Where were they?
Nowhere.
The greatest
Not
fans in the
there.
history of sports.
Not there, Chris.
Yeah, didn't see any of them.
It was hot. I'll give them that. But they live in St. Louis. This is what they do.
And when the Cardinals are winning, they pack the place.
Yeah.
During the months of August and
Doesn't
September.
matter if it's 110 degrees. There's still fans in the stands.
Didn't see any of you greatest fans in the history of sports out there. So, something to keep in mind. Padres will play the Rays tomorrow. We'll be on at 2 o'clock tomorrow, a quick 1-hour show, but it will include a visit with Tanner Scott on our Friday interviews. Always scheduled. We have to say that, right?
Yes, I have
scheduled
to say that.
Just in case something happens, but we'll probably have Tanner Scott on. Right now, chance for you to win qualification for our grand prize. That's a 2-night stay at Resorts World, Las Vegas, 2 tickets to see Carrie Underwood's Reflection show. It's backed by overwhelming demand and has been extended through spring of 2025. You can get tickets for this year or early next year at access.com, AXS.com, or rwlasvegas.com. Or you can qualify to win a pair and go to Las Vegas right now in a round of Chris versus the Fans.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
Howdy do.
now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, by the way,
Yes.
before Scrappy reads the rules, I'm surprised we've made it an hour through this show, and you have yet to comment on my T-shirt, which is
What's wrong with it?
Real Men Wear Pink.
Yeah.
All right.
I've
you
worn
didn't
pink
have,
before.
You have comments on this?
No.
I thought you would.
No, I'm not the guy who is mad at the City Connect uniforms. I
All right.
actually I think, wow, I'm about to say something that might.
Be careful.
I think wearing pink and purple is very manly
All right. Thank you.
because it means you're confident in yourself.
Real Men Wear Pink.
Yeah.
Somewhere it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
True.
And this is the T-shirt we got for winning another softball championship last night.
Oh, so
That's the main reason I'm wearing it.
Oh! I see how you brought this up.
Yes.
You guys won a championship.
We won another title in the old Poway softball league last night. So
What did you do? In
congrats
the game
to the
last night?
guys. I contributed defensively last night. I did not play. I did not hit well in the 2 games. But I felt I got a very nice season. Braden and I are on that team, and we've won a lot of championships. The guys I play with are all really good, and so, you know, it's fun.
You know, now that I have my shoulder surgery behind me, starting to ramp it up.
You're
a little
trying to
bit.
ramp it up and think that you can get back on that team
Although
one day.
I think my throwing days are over, Chris.
Well,
I
the
think
only
my
position
throw-
for you then is first base, and I have that locked down. So
I can't be catcher. You need to throw.
they're not going to let you.
I'll be second baseman, and then I can just throw it under.
Dink it over there, roll it under there. Yeah, we'll see if they let you do that. Anyway, all right. So that's why I'm wearing
Yes.
pink today.
All right, good for you.
But you know, I try to wear the championship T-shirt at least the next day, And then, that goes back in the closet.
On the other hand, I'm wearing my Many Faces of Jason t-shirt.
Yes, you have quite the array of horror T-shirts.
I need more.
You should. Is there a place you can just go, like a website that sells only horror-related T-shirts?
Yes, but the problem is they don't sell in the size that I need.
What do you mean?
Don't like these shirts because they're too short. I need longer shirts.
Yes. You don't have... you have...
tread lightly over there with what you're about
you
to
have
say.
a body that needs a certain size of shirt.
Yeah, I have a long torso, is what you're trying to say.
Here's a T-shirt that says, I like horror movies and maybe like 3 people. What does that mean?
Oh, that's actually a great T-shirt for me.
What does that mean?
Means I like horror movies and I only like 3 people.
Oh, well, I can get it for you.
You
can add it to your cart.
Tony?
I can add it to the cart if you want me to. You get your choice of colors. I know you want black.
Oh, yes, please.
Because you always get black.
I have a Ghostbusters shirt, too, that I just bought that I love. I'm becoming a child the older I get.
I don't want to be crazy here. They have XL. They have 2XL. They have 3XL.
Do they have 2XLT?
I don't know what that is.
Tall.
Oh. No.
Anyway, let me get to the rules. We'll get back to the shirt talk a little bit later.
I'm gonna be shopping while we play Chris versus the Fans.
You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it. You will get that question for free. And Chris versus the Fans is brought to you by SD Fat Loss. Lose 20 to 30 pounds in just 60 days. Visit sdfatloss.com to schedule your free consultation. We haven't done this all week, so I'm a little rusty on this, but here we go. Garrett, you are up first. What's up?
What's up? How's it going? First time player.
All right, Garrett. Good to have you with us.
Let's
man.
do
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, I love the energy, Garrett. Here we go. Question number 2. What color flag signifies the final lap of a NASCAR race?
Checkered flag. Checkered flag.
Let me read it one more time. What color flag signifies the final lap of a NASCAR race?
Final lap.
They're black and white.
It's going black and white. He's staying with it. He might
Another way
luck
to
out, though. He may luck out because I really don't know.
You have no idea?
I do, but I can't think of it. The final lap is not green, not red. It's got to be white.
Sorry about that,
I wasn't
Garrett.
sure. Yeah, the checkered flag's for the finish.
The finish.
Yeah,
The
Garrett.
white flag signifies there's only one lap remaining.
Yeah, I wasn't sure on that. I kind of almost messed it up.
Someone said green in the chat. That's
No, green means
Go.
that it's back going after
or starting the race or a yellow
restarting
flag.
the race. Yeah,
Now
yellow
tell me,
is
Chris, what is when a race is suspended? What type of flag is that?
the California state flag.
No, it's a red flag.
Oh, I don't know.
California state. They just throw around the bear.
Yeah, they put that out there.
All right, let's go. There's a couple NASCAR questions, by the way, people. Let's go to our next contestant, John Temecula. Hello, John.
Hey, John.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Always good. Always good.
Always good, yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Are you ready to play, John? You're always ready.
It's been a long time. I'm ready to play. Let's rock and roll.
All
Feeling
right.
it.
This should be a pretty easy question, I think. But who leads Major League Baseball in home runs this season?
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge is correct.
Aaron Judge.
All right, question number...
But as I said earlier,
2.
even he had a slump, so Profar
did.
fans don't
And
despair.
Yankees fans wanted him out.
They did, man. They were ready to give up on
They
him.
were. He was 51 home runs or
Later.
something.
Yeah, I think they like him now.
All right, Mr. John in Temecula. What sport team jersey does Cameron wear in Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Cameron.
I feel like you would like this movie, John.
Remember that
I
movie?
believe
Cameron?
it's the Chicago Blackhawks.
Chicago Blackhawks. Tough break.
Oh,
Tough break.
Oh, no.
Because I remember they're sitting out in the stands at Wrigley Field, and it is Chicago, so that's why he answered that. But the guy, Cameron's wearing a Red Wings jersey. Yeah. Sorry,
Yes,
John.
that's right.
Sorry,
Yeah.
John. I appreciate you.
All right. Thanks, buddy. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Always great having you on.
All right, we move to the next contestant. Let's go to Casey in San Diego. Hello, Casey.
Hey, guys. What's up?
Not too much. Let's get into this.
Good luck to you.
Question number 1. Who is the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys this year?
That'll be Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott is correct.
Boo.
Boo.
Why do the Cowboys hate him so much? It's so weird.
Well,
I don't know. They don't hate him.
scapegoating.
Yeah, they blame him for every loss.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
he
they should
deserves
really
it.
blame the owner, but
Jerry Jones?
Jerry
Did you see
Jones.
what Jerry said the other day, by the way?
he says it's not a big deal or whatever.
No, when he signed C.D. Lamb.
Oh.
Yeah, they asked him about, maybe somebody else. He goes, there isn't anyone on earth who could do general manager of this team better than me.
I beg to differ.
That's what Jerry
sir.
said.
The people that are winning championships are doing a better
That's
job
what
than you, sir.
I'm just telling you, that's what he said.
All right, Casey, here we go. Question number 2. Who has collected the most hits for the Padres?
No, brother. We know these things.
Padres fans.
7 calendar days.
Yeah.
I watched every game, so I should know this. Let's go with Arise.
Arise.
He got
Correct.
it. A
Nice
winner.
job. 11 hits in the last 7 days.
Yeah, I was going to guess Manny, but
He had
it was
10.
one or the other.
He had 10.
All right.
All right, here we go, Casey. Question number 3. You get this right or Chris gets it wrong, and you're heading to a qualification for Las Vegas.
I'm still shopping over here, by the way.
I know. It makes me nervous. What illegal activity is credited with the birth of stock car racing?
I knew you said there were going to be a lot of NASCAR questions. I was hoping it would get me.
Do you have an answer?
What illegal activity was credited with the start of stock car racing? Maybe demolition derbies?
Demolition
derbies.
derbies. Not true, but Chris has to know it, so stay right
I have a
there.
chance to miss this. The only even remotely illegal activity I can think of that would get me to think that people were driving cars really fast would be trying to get away from law officers who were chasing people who were bootlegging. So I'm going to go with bootlegging. I didn't know it. How did I know it?
I'm sorry,
Thank you,
Casey. Thank you.
Sorry.
Yes,
That was the only guess I could even. What was another guess?
That was it.
Yeah. So
Bootlegging during Prohibition.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Which, by the way, I've been thinking a lot about Prohibition.
okay.
Was it
Should
worth
we bring it back?
Was it worth it?
What?
Prohibition?
Telling everybody they couldn't drink?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Was it worth it?
You were there, so you can tell me.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it was worth. Yeah, it was.
People on the chat, if you have any thoughts on Prohibition, tell me if it was
Who's
worth
gonna
it.
have thoughts
I
on
was
it?
listening to a podcast the other day, and I got really into Prohibition and the reasons for it, and bathtub gin and all that stuff.
Move on.
All right, okay. Let's go to Clay in San Diego. Hello, Clay.
It's a good thing they had Prohibition because they've made about 1,000 movies with that as a backdrop.
Oh, yeah.
Of the crime.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's how Speakeasy came to be.
yes, without it, they would have nothing to write movies about.
All right, Clay. Hello. How are you?
Hi, Clay.
I'm doing well, guys.
All
Play
right.
is going to play.
Play is
And
good
this
play.
is a first-time player.
Oh, first time
Hey!
player!
All right, good to have
Here we
you with
go.
us, Clay.
Question
Thanks for
number
jumping in here.
2. Another NASCAR question. What color strip of paint on the back of a NASCAR signifies you are a rookie?
God bless it.
No kidding, Clay. I'm right with you.
Well, let's go with blue.
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 It's as good a guess as any.
Stay there, Clay.
It's as good a guess as I'm going to give you. I didn't know that they do. They
Yes.
have a strip of, what is it, paint?
It's like just a strip on the bottom of
A
the
strip
car.
on the bottom of the car that basically tells the rest
probably-
of the people that you're a new driver.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Is it like the person
student
you
driver?
Yeah,
Yes.
you run into on the freeway.
Yes, I did today, and I was like, "Can you go, student
Move
driver?"
over. Move over. I don't know. If I get this right, I'm going to be mad because it's going to be total luck, and then Clay will get eliminated. How about orange?
Orange. That's
Yeah, I'm
actually
going
a nice
crazy.
color because you can see it.
Going crazy.
It is incorrect. Clay
Nah.
is still alive.
Clay, you're alive. What was it?
It was yellow.
Yellow. All
Yellow.
right. Did
Strip
not
of
know
paint.
that. Did not know that the rookies were pointed out like that.
All right. I need to
Rookie
go
hazing
to
in
the.
NASCAR.
I need to go to the book because I don't have I'm not happy with my number 3
You don't have another
question.
2 question?
No, I have a number 3 question. I'm not happy with it. So let's see. All right.
You want to play the Jeopardy theme for a minute?
I got it.
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh, this is number 3.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
number
he's
3.
a first-time player.
Yeah, first-time
okay.
player.
This could win it for you, Clay.
All right, this is going to be really hard. What Chicago Cubs pitcher also played basketball for the Harlem Globetrotters?
Chicago Cub pitcher.
Yeah.
Current pitcher?
No. This person, it was old.
Old Hoss Radborn?
No, it wasn't.
Old hose.
Oh my.
Do you have any? If you say you don't have an answer, that's okay, because Chris has to still
There's
get it
no
right.
way I know this, Clay. You're going to win, I think. But you can guess anyway.
Kerry Wood.
Kerry Wood.
Hey,
You played
why
for the
not?
Harlem Globetrotters, apparently.
That's funny to imagine him in a Harlem Globetrotters uniform. Chris, what Chicago Cubs pitcher also played basketball for the Harlem Globetrotters? Stay there, Clay.
Dave DeBuscher.
Dave DeBuscher? Or
No,
DeBuscher.
DeBuscher.
Okay.
Yeah,
I picked
no
one that was
chance.
going to end the game, I think.
You did in the game. Clay,
Stay right
winner,
there, Clay.
winner.
Nice
Clay in your
job.
first appearance.
You want to know the answer?
It's got to be somebody I've never
Well, here
heard
are the
of.
choices that
Oh,
they
there's
give me.
a selection? Okay.
This is why I asked the question.
Okay.
The first choice is Hippo Vaughn.
Hippo, I remember Hippo.
You remember Hippo?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see him pitch, but I remember the name.
Then we had Mordecai Brown was another choice.
Three-fingered Mordecai Brown. His
did not
nickname
have
was
three
Three-fingered.
Did he have
Mordecai.
3 fingers?
Pretty sure. Well, I don't know why they would call him Three-finger Mordecai Brown if he had 4
That's
fingers.
true. And then the actual answer was Ferguson Jenkins.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even have got that.
Do you know who he is?
Ferguson Jenkins, Hall
Yeah.
of Fame pitcher.
Said he played for various MLB teams from 1965 through 1983. He also played basketball for the Globetrotters from 67 to 69.
Ferguson Jenkins is a Hall of Fame pitcher, man. I didn't know he played for the Globetrotters.
There we go.
That's news to me. All right, we'll check traffic. Clay, stay on the line. You are a Chris versus the Fans winner today. More Gwynn and Chris is on its way.
From the 97.3
This hour on 97.3 The Fan, brought to you by Floor & Decor. Unbeatable prices, unmatched in-stock selection. Floor & Decor has more styles of laminate, vinyl, tile, wood, and stone. For anyone looking for the right look at the right price, your next beautiful space is at Floor & Decor. Floor & Decor, unbeatable prices, unmatched in-stock selection, unmatched program. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr. on a flight. An unhappy flight, I imagine, from St. Louis to Tampa, Florida. Padres will play the Rays tomorrow. First of a 3-game series. They'll come back home, fly all the way across the country, and because it's Labor Day, no day off Monday. They'll play Monday, and that'll be their 18th game in 18 days. Padres will then get Tuesday off next week. It's kind of weird.
It is kind of weird.
I don't know even what you call that series against the Tigers. They play Monday, Wednesday, Thursday next week against the Tigers.
I can't even come up with anything.
I don't even know what to call that other than a 3-game series spread over 4 days.
How ironic is it that they have to play on Labor Day? It's very ironic.
It's Labor Day. You're supposed to get the day off,
It's very ironic.
Or you could look at it the other way. Labor Day means you should work. Labor Day. You should be laboring.
What is Labor Day?
I don't know.
The definition of Labor Day.
I don't know.
I didn't get much feedback on the prohibition, so.
Yeah. We're going to try another silly question.
It's a federal holiday celebrated to honor and recognize the American labor movement and the work and contributions of laborers across the country.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
And for their contributions, they don't have to
Here's your day off, sir.
labor. Ferguson Jenkins, by the way, the winning answer in Chris vs. the Fans today, was a Hall of Fame pitcher indeed for the Chicago Cubs. Once won 20 games, not once, 6 years in a row. His greatest season was 1971. I just throw this out there because I shake my head. How could somebody like Ferguson Jenkins do this? But apparently nobody in this day and age can. Ferguson Jenkins in 1971 started 39 games. 39. That's one out of every 4 games.
33. If you start every game nowadays, it's like 32 or 33.
Oh, right. They have a 5-man rotation. So, yeah, 32. They had a 4-man rotation then. He made 39 starts. How many complete games did he add? How about 30? That is crazy.
That is wild.
30 complete games.
Did his arm fall off after?
Of course not. He took it all the way to the Hall of Fame.
I guess so.
Fergie Jenkins pitched for a long, long time. He got his 250th win in 1980, so that was 9 years later. He retired after 1983. He is in the Hall of Fame. He is one of 2 Canadians to be enshrined in Cooperstown.
Don't you know?
Don't you know? Don't you know? Is that
all Canadians are going to be mad at me now.
They should be for that.
Why?
For that.
I bet you if you told that stat to a Canadian, they would say, "Oh, don't you know?"
I think all Canadians are going to rail against you for that ridiculous thing. Fergie Jenkins, the other Canadian in the Baseball Hall of Fame, Larry Walker.
Oh, I
Those are
didn't
the
even
two.
think about that.
Those are the 2.
So they had one until like last year.
A couple years ago, yeah. Larry Walker was the second. So, yeah, Fergie Jenkins was a hell of a pitcher, and I had no idea that he played for the Harlem Globetrotters. So that was newsworthy to me, Scraby.
Okay.
Played some of his offseason with the Trotters, 1967 to 1971. Wilt played for the Trotters, right? Wilt Chamberlain, you knew that.
I mean, that's unfair.
Wilt?
Yeah, that he was playing for the Globetrotters.
Yes, Wilt could score even if the other team was trying to stop him.
Yes.
So why did he need to play for a team that was allowing him to score?
I agree.
That's kind of comical when
It
you
is
think
kind of
about
comical.
it. All right, we got a Big 5 coming up next. Don't forget, next Wednesday, Scraby and I will be out there at the new Buffalo Wild Wings location in Mira Mesa. It's on Reagan Road, 9690. If you need the address, show is from 2 o'clock to 5:30. Next Wednesday, September 4th, we're going to be there. You need to be there because we're giving out 3 pairs of tickets to the Padres Astros game, which will be coming up a couple of weeks later. Buffalo Wild Wings also will be signing people up for 10 lucky people to win free wings for a year. Not too shabby. So make sure you're out there next Wednesday at Buffalo Wild Wings. Big Five on deck.
Ben and Woods.
Hi, welcome back. 4:36 is the time. Chris Ello. Tony Gwynn Jr. Not off today. He's just flying today. He'll be back with us tomorrow. But we'll only have an hour with you tomorrow. So do not arrive late tomorrow because you'll miss the show. We're only on from 2 to 3. In that time, we are scheduled to have Padres' new bullpen star, Tanner Scott.
Yes.
Big Five coming up shortly. I'm looking at, we're getting closer now, Scrabe. I'm looking at a mock draft here.
Chris, okay, let me tell everybody. Chris says that he doesn't believe a mock draft helps him, but he does about 100 of them before the
I'm
actual
not doing
draft.
one. I'm looking at one. ESPN did their mock draft. Their number one pick overall in that was Christian McCaffrey. Interestingly, Breece Hall, number 2, Bijan Robinson, 3.
Which site are you looking at? Because I know ESPN loves Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, this is a PPR, ESPN 12-team PPR. I'm surprised that Breece Hall and Bijan Robinson are ahead of CeeDee Lamb. So 3 running backs are their first 3 picks. Then CeeDee Lamb is the 4th pick. Then Jonathan Taylor, another running back, followed by Tyreek Hill. And then in my draft position at number 7, Amon-Ra St. Brown. What's your draft position, Scrape?
9, and I was talking about this with
You're
Thomas
9?
and Will. Braden seems to get the number 1 pick.
He's had it a couple of times.
Almost every time. I am not saying there's any fishy stuff going on, but
talk to the commissioner.
The commissioner also gets a very nice pick every single time.
The commissioner is a friend of yours. He works on this program. You should be able to speak with him.
Though.
He scares you as commissioner? Why does he scare you?
Because he rules with an iron fist.
You have number 9 pick. Well, if you get their number 9 pick, you would get Jamar Chase back. But this time you would have to use a number 1 selection to get him.
I don't know that I would do that.
Yeah. Second round, you would get here, according to this, Travis Etienne Jr., I would get Puka Nacua. Anyway, I'm just looking at that. Let's do a traffic in a Big Five.
From the 97.3 The Fan Traffic Center, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by MTS, reminding you that trolleys run every 15 minutes or better. Well, forget what I said about improvements on our roads, guys. We've got a number of new crashes now. What's going on? Northbound side of the 5 before Carmel Mountain Road, collision over the right shoulder. Also traveling on the southbound 5 right past Old Town. There is a collision involving a couple vehicles. That's over the right shoulder. Tow truck is rolling up to assist with that. We've also got a crash on the southbound side of the 125 at the 8 connector ramp. Southbound 67 before Fletcher Parkway, collision involving a couple vehicles. That's over the right shoulder. And in Fallbrook, got a crash on northbound 15 before Mission Road. A couple pickup trucks involved. That's over the right shoulder. Don't let traffic drag your day down, whether you're headed to the office or game day. Go the easy way with MTS. Trolleys run every 15 minutes or better throughout the day. Learn more and plan your trolley trip at sdmts.com. That's sdmts.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn Chris, San Diego's number 1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
Oh, the fantasy football talk got people going in the chat a little bit, Chris.
Yeah.
Jacob says, my Jags are going to be elite this year. Mark my words.
Who is that?
Jacob.
Jacob, we meet in week 1.
Ah.
Just a heads up.
So they might be elite in week 1 because they're going to be playing the Dolphins.
Don't forget.
Oh, sorry, September.
Don't forget the September version of the Dolphins is usually better than the December version.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Right off the bat, we'll find out about your Jags.
Katrina says, Puka was my hot sleeper last year. That was a good sleeper.
He was one of the great sleepers ever.
Yeah, if you got him, you should have made the playoffs.
Yeah, Puka, you got another one in the other Ram, Kyron Williams. Those were 2 really good sleepers
but apparently
last year.
He's returning punts now.
Okay.
He's not going to make it through the season.
Maybe
Sean
not.
McVay. All right, let's get into the Big Five, and we'll start
number 5
here. And AJ Cassavell tweeted this yesterday. We've already kind of talked about it, so now that I'm looking at the actual question, I forgot what we were going to talk about. It's about Profar bunting, so let's just kind of talk about it again. Profar's ninth inning bunt, this is what AJ Cassavell tweeted. Profar's ninth inning bunt moving arrives from second to third raised the Padres' win probability by 1%, but that number does not account for the quality of the hitter at the plate, and Profar is one of the league's best, particularly in high leverage spots. We're going to talk about this again because I think we have new people listening. So, Chris, should Profar have swung away?
Yes. First of all, because it didn't work. Second, because Profar is one of the better magic hitters in baseball. Hitting, what'd you say, 440?
Something
in
like
late,
that. Yeah,
close
late and
situations?
447, I believe.
Unbelievable. But I will defend Mike Schilt on this point, and that is that Profar is swinging like a rusty gate right now. He went 0 for 14 in the series. He hit maybe 1 or 2 balls hard. So he's only hitting 235 since the All-Star break. Profar needs to recapture the magic for September to finish off his magic carpet ride of a season.
I really think, Scrappy, what do you think? I really think that he should have swung away too, because you just never know. If you, what is the old adage in baseball? If you put it in play, you got a chance.
Well, the bunt isn't bad if
it's almost an automatic out.
Well, it is an automatic out. Basically, you're giving up a chance to score the run, but you're increasing your chances with 1 out to get the run in from third. Cronenworth, though, struck out. And also, look, the Cardinals scored in the bottom of the 9th inning, so it's not guaranteed that the Padres would have won the game yesterday.
But at least could have been tied, maybe?
Could have been different. Could have, should have,
would have.
Padres went 1 for 15 yesterday plus today with RISP. They left 10 runners on yesterday. Too many chances that they didn't cash in on. That's why they went 0-2 the last 2 days.
I'm going to go with what Profar said himself after the game.
Yeah, have you watched me? I stink right now.
He said, quote, "You didn't see my at-bats tonight? I was 0 for 4, you know?"
Yeah,
so,
Profar's been struggling. He knows it. So,
all right.
Hopefully he'll get it back together here this weekend.
Yes.
Number 4.
But to all the new listeners, the sky is not falling. The sky is not falling.
It's not falling.
Golden State Warriors star guard Stephen Curry has agreed to a 1-year, $62.6 million extension. His agent, Jeff Austin of Octagon, told Woj today the agreement keeps Curry under contract with Golden State through the 2026-27 season, and he will become the third NBA player along with LeBron and KD to pass $500 million in career earnings. I'm up first. Does Steph deserve to be on the list with LeBron and KD? I guess maybe sort of a biased answer here, but no, because the Warriors won so many titles, and I know that Steph had people on the outside helping him, like Klay Thompson and Draymond Green and KD 1 year. But Steph Curry is one of the best players in basketball, and if he does not play for the Warriors are not going to be a good team.
So why did you say no? The question
No, I
was
said
whether
yes.
he deserved to be paid. You said no. And then you proceeded to explain why he should be paid.
Oh, sorry. I meant yes. Thank you for pointing that out.
That's what confused me.
Oh, no.
You go, I'm first, and I say no. Because
say yes.
Steph Curry's one of the greatest players in the history of the sport. And I was like, wait a minute, this isn't jiving.
Yes.
He does deserve the money.
He does deserve the money, and he is the Warriors right now. Chris?
Well, he is the Warriors now. Look, he doesn't deserve that much money for what he's going to do from here on out, but he does deserve the money for what he has done, and so I don't begrudge him that. A lot of players are paid for what they've done rather than what they're going to do. Steph Curry is no longer the best guard in the NBA, but he certainly was,
and he's still
for
up
4 championship
like
seasons. Yeah, but $60 million, come on, it's a lot.
Oh, that's just like going rate now for a superstar basketball player.
Yeah, no, Steph Curry deserves whatever. He's, you know, if you put together the all-time 12-man team, he's got to be on it because you need on that team the greatest shooter who ever played.
And that would be
And
Steph
he's
Curry.
him. He's him.
He's him.
He's him.
Number 3.
The Cleveland Browns have restructured your favorite quarterback's contract, Deshaun Watson, a league source told Field Yates of ESPN. In a move that creates $35.8 million in salary cap space, Cleveland converted $44.79 million of Watson's $46 million 2024 base salary into a signing bonus. The move gives the Browns more than $62 million in cap space, the most in the NFL. I had a question here, but I kind of want to go in a different direction. Should you be able to manipulate contracts like this to create cap space? And Chris, you're up first.
I guess in a perfect world, everybody would just do the right thing. But you've got to have certain rules.
Yes.
And then no matter what rules you have, somebody's going to try to manipulate them.
Yeah.
So in this case, you can choose to give the guy $44 million in a signing bonus?
So his salary this year, his base salary this year is going to be like $1.5.
Yeah.
And 44 of it just becomes guaranteed money.
Be clear here, though. The owner of the Browns just wrote a check for $44 million.
Yes, they did.
Okay, so
but they already did anyway when they signed him to a fully guaranteed deal in the beginning.
Well, the Browns.
But what they're doing is they're creating cap space by just moving money around in a spreadsheet column.
Yeah. Well, look. There are little, nooks and crannies that you can take advantage of, and no team is aware of this more than yours, because your team is paying a quarterback $5 so that the rest of their salary cap can be millions and millions more than any other team in the league.
His first deal. This is what quarterbacks do.
Right? I know, but it's not the way it should be. Like. The 49ers, never mind.
No, go for it.
I'm just trying to say, what they ought to do eventually is separate the quarterback salary from the team's
like
salary
have it
cap.
Carry different weight or something.
No, just be separate. Quarterbacks make their money, and then the team salary cap is the same for every other team.
Okay.
So a team with a $30 million quarterback or a team with a $3 quarterback have the same to spend for the rest of their team.
I'm not so mad at that.
That's what needs to happen. But right now, the 49ers are taking advantage of the fact that is not the case.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, the Browns were the dummies that gave him $200 million to begin with.
If the Browns aren't the stupidest organization in sports, I don't know who is. Because anybody that would bring this guy in and alienate, from what I can tell, about 90% of their original fan base is not very smart.
And he hasn't been very good.
And that tops it all off.
His base salary before today, for this upcoming season, he was getting paid $46 million. Not worth it.
They made the playoffs last year. Despite him or without him.
They had Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Number 2.
I mean, I seriously know two people, and that's just me, two people living out here that are Browns fans no longer. And they're like serious about it. Like they won't root for them.
I respect you as a person if you are going to take a stand to the point where you are no longer a fan of the team. I respect that.
I don't think they're the only two.
I don't think so either, but it would be really hard for me if, say, the 49ers brought Deshaun Watson in.
I know.
I would dislike them, but I don't know that I could stop being a fan of them.
It's so ingrained, it would be pretty difficult,
because if Deshaun Watson isn't going to be playing, I mean, if he's not going to be playing with the Browns, there's another team that's going to pay him to be there.
Probably.
Did I already hit number 2?
Number 2.
No, I have. New England Patriots head coach Gerard Mayo has chosen Jacoby Brissett as the team's starting quarterback as the veteran held off a late surge from rookie Drake May, according to the article I read. Quote, "We have decided, or I have decided, that Jacoby Brissett will be our starting quarterback this season. In saying that, as an organization, we are 100% behind Jacoby. There is no, you got a guy right here, you got a guy right there. We're 100% behind Jacoby." So I'm up first. How many wins will the Patriots have this year? I personally like Jacoby Brissett. He's not a starting quarterback, though. He's not a quarterback that's going to win you games on his own. The Patriots are probably going to win 4 games this year, Chris. They're going to go 4-13. And if they get to 4, they're lucky. What do you think?
Patriots became the first team in NFL history to go 16-0 in a regular season.
Yeah.
Why not become the first team in NFL history to go 0-17?
Wow.
Oh, they wouldn't be the first to go winless. The Browns and the Lions both went 0-16.
Season, yes.
But I don't see any reason why the Patriots can't go 0-17. I as a Dolphin thing, I'm not going to ever look past any game. But you look at their division, that should be 6 easy losses right there to teams that are far superior.
Yeah.
I don't know where the Patriots are going to find a win, because if Jacoby Brissett doesn't get it done, Drake May, I don't think is obviously not quite yet a good option. I can't think of a running back or a receiver even on their roster. I don't know what they're going to do.
I think he's going to regret these comments, because at some point throughout the year, they're going to be...
Oh, they'll be going to Drake May.
2-10,
no
yeah.
question.
Then they're not 100% behind Jacoby anymore.
I'm saying the Patriots go winless.
Winless, 0-17.
Yeah.
That's a bold prediction, and I love it. I don't hate it at all. It's really hard, though. If the Panthers didn't go 0-17 last year, they were terrible last year. All right, let's get to the last.
Number 1.
So this happened in New York City. It happened in Manhattan, actually. And the guy's name is Anthony Aquilino. He's a supercar enthusiast, Chris. He got a ticket for excessive noise in his Lamborghini that he owns. The fine is the problem.
Wait a minute. Who gave him the ticket? Me?
No, the
because you know how I hate excessive noise.
That's true. You do it. The other day, a motorcycle came whipping by me in traffic, and it scared the bejesus out of me.
I'm so tired of these people.
Scared the bejesus out of me.
If you're on your Harley Davidson right now and somehow you can hear me.
Well, some people do listen.
Well, if you are on your Harley and you can hear me, slow down and shut the noise down.
I don't think
tired
that's
of
a
you
possibility.
people.
I'm not tired of you motorcycle people. I like motorcycles, but
I am.
I understand why some motorcycles are a little too loud. Anyway, the owner of this Lamborghini, who got the $800 fine, says... and the fine increases for repeat offenses. He said it's unaffordable and unreasonable, and keep in mind he's owning a Lamborghini, so he's saying it's unaffordable, unreasonable. The problem is he says his car is stock. He does not have any aftermarket or upgrades in his Lamborghini, so this is what came off of the line. He thinks he shouldn't have to pay this fine. Chris, should he have to pay the fine?
Should pay $800 this time, $1,600 the next time, $2,400 after that, and then revoke his license and get him off of our streets.
Oh, so you're not throwing this out. You're throwing the book at him.
I can't stand excess noise. I really.
But think
it's
about
my
it.
number one pet peeve. Number one. Harley Davidsons, I'm sure, come off the line that way. I think they should be outlawed because they make too much noise. And I just lost another 12 motorcycle listeners. Sorry. But
Stop
I don't
hurting our motorcycle listener feelings.
I don't like when you make noise just for the hell of it. It drives me nuts.
It's not for the hell of it, though. They're riding their motorcycle. And if you put after... I know what you're talking about, Chris, because there are some cars that are really loud, and there are some motorcycles that are really, really, really loud. But this guy owns a Lamborghini.
Mm-hmm.
Pay the fine, bro. Pay the fine.
And keep paying them.
I don't care if your car is stock. You should have known the rules before you drove around Manhattan in your Lamborghini.
I mean, here's my honest retort to this guy. The stock Lamborghini can go 180 miles an hour. Doesn't mean you're allowed to go 180 miles an hour.
Are you sure? I bought a Lamborghini that can go that fast.
So if the stock Lamborghini makes too much noise, sorry, you're not allowed to make that much noise. End of story. Get out of my courtroom.
You got a motorcycle rider over here, Matt, on the chat.
I'm sure. I'm sorry about that. I can't help it. It's my fault for being so hateful of noise.
Here's what you can do, motorcycle people. When you're riding by, don't gun it and go "Brrr!" right in my ear. It scared the bejesus out of me. Final hour next on Gwynn Chris.
on 97.3 The Fan.
And away we go into the happy hour, final hour of Gwynn and Chris on this Thursday. Coming up after our show, Scraby stays on for the Scraby Chronicles. First time you've had those in a while.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Looking forward to that.
Me too.
Good hour of entertainment from 6 to 7 tonight.
By the way, I think your name is taking over. I have more people calling it the Chronicles than I do the
That's
Scraby
a better
Show.
name. It just is a better name.
I've already made all the graphics.
Scraby is also in big demand, although I don't know if he wants to be. He's in big demand now to return to his role as Padre pre- and post-host.
This is true.
That's because Scraby went 3-0 while he was filling in for Sam Lev. Sammy Lev comes back. Padres drop back-to-back games to the Cardinals. They fell today 4-1. Mason Wynn homered. He had an unbelievable series, I must say. The rookie for the Cardinals, 9 hits in the series. The Padre rookie star, Jackson Merrill, though, also homered
20th.
today. His 20th of the year. He is 6 short of the Padre rookie record. He's also only like 2 or 3 short of the rookie RBI record. I mean, simply put, he's having as good of season as any Padre rookie's ever had. And yet I still look at these national websites that say Paul Skeens is the hands-down winner.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to be fair here, Scraby. I'm trying to give it the old college try. But I've seen too much of Jackson Merrill. I can't vote Paul Skeens here.
No. I saw a tweet last night because Paul Skeens started the game yesterday for the Pirates.
Oh, right, and they lost the big lead.
Yeah, and someone said, what is Paul Skeens going to do in the 9th? Oh, wait. Nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He's out of the game. Jackson Merrill's able to change the game in any inning.
Yeah, that's not Paul Skeens' fault, though.
It is. He's a pitcher.
He's doing everything he can do, but I still don't think it's enough. I think Jackson Merrill's just been better. Anyway.
Go to MLB.com, everybody. Go to the stats section and go to pitching. And you know what it still says with a month left in the season, Chris?
No, what?
Let me just get the exact quote here. When table is sorted, or blah 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 blah. All-star starting pitcher Paul Skeens does not yet qualify for the ERA title. They have a warning on the top because so many people want to know where Paul Skeens is, but he doesn't even qualify.
He doesn't qualify. Well, I know. We'll have to just see how it turns out. What can I tell you?
I'm telling you right now, if it ended today and they gave it to Paul Skeens, I don't know what I would do.
I might have to call in. I honestly might have to call in sick for like a whole week.
I'm flying to MLB Network Studios.
Don't honestly believe I could come on the air if Skeens wins the thing and have to listen to everybody complain, including myself.
And me.
Yeah.
And then Tony will even complain, I'm sure. Maybe. He'll be like, well, I see with the Paul Skeens.
Tony's,
no, Tony.
Stick up for your guy, Tony. Tony's flying with the team from St. Louis to Tampa. Padres will take on the Rays starting tomorrow. Martin Perez will be on the mound for the Friars tomorrow. Taj Bradley, young right-hander for Tampa Bay. We're on from only 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock tomorrow, but the show will include a Friar Friday interview scheduled with Taylor Scott.
Tanner.
Why do I keep calling him Taylor?
I know you could. I
don't think I have
Tyler, Wade,
Tyler,
and
Taylor, Tanner. Yeah. By the way, I think most of you know, on any hard, ground ball in a Major League Baseball game, I always think it's an error. Like, I think the guy should make the play. You're a major leaguer. You should make the play. I think they rule a hit far too often.
Okay.
In fact, it's almost impossible to make an error now in Major League Baseball. Until today, apparently. Because Nolan Arenado hit a one-hop line drive at Tyler Wade.
Yes.
In the second inning today. First and the third inning. Anyway, it was a rocket. It was hit about 190 miles an hour. It one-hopped over the glove of Wade before he could even react to it. And they gave Wade an error. And I thought that was really a tough error. Really a tough one.
And it allowed Michael King to not take the earned run, right?
Right, 2 runs scored that inning. They were both unearned.
It's back-to-back weeks he's
But I was
that.
I was very surprised at that ruling.
What inning was that? I want to see how
I don't
fast it
remember.
actually was off the bat.
3rd inning, maybe? Whenever the Cardinals scored their first 2 runs today. I think it was the 3rd inning.
Do you remember who hit it? Oh, Nolan Arenado.
Yeah, Arenado hit it. It was a screaming shot. It one-hopped, went over his glove and into left center field. Arenado wound up on second. Burleson rounded up on third. But it would have been like a Manny Machado stop had Tyler Wade made it.
Did they change the scoring?
I don't know. Did they?
Because I'm not seeing any errors, but I'm seeing seeing a ground out and a fielder's choice. I think fielder's choice is what 94 off the bat, but they're saying Arenado fielder's choice. Maybe they changed the scoring.
I don't know. Whatever. They didn't. They called an error though.
Yes, they did.
Okay. Well, the runs were unearned because of that error. I thought it would be a double. I mean, the ball was just crushed. Anyway, that's just me. All right. Let's. What did I want to get to?
I don't know.
In the 5 o'clock hour, I
want
to
to yell at more motorcycle people.
No,
no.
I'm not going to try to befriend them though. It's too late. I must say,
it is too late. All the motorcycle people in the chat were like, "We have to be loud because cars don't hear us coming or look for us as we're going."
Yeah. Well, then drive something safer. I have an answer for all of you motorcycle.
But why can't they have their own choice of what vehicle they drive?
Well, if they want to take a chance and be on a motorcycle and be in a dangerous situation, that is up to them. But don't rev your engine as you're going by my window, to cause me
pain and
distress.
Suffering.
Pain and suffering.
I'm looking at this box score. Arenado grounded into fielder's choice to shortstop. Burleson to second. Arenado safe at second. Burleson safe at third on fielding error by shortstop Wade.
That's how they rule it. They can't. What they're saying there is if Wade would have picked up the ground ball or the line one hopper, then they can't assume a double play. So it would have been a fielder's choice. They would have thrown to second, at least got one out.
All right, that makes sense.
The errors then allowed both runners to stay alive and go to second and third.
Okay.
It's just wording.
Yes,
is all that is
yes,
there.
That makes sense though.
All right, I'm glad you feel it.
Thank you for I don't even know what I was trying to say there. Thank you for breaking that down is what I was trying to say, Chris.
Are you watching Colorado yet?
Oh, Colorado right now just boat racing.
Overwhelming North Dakota State 0-0 first quarter.
Yeah, like a minute and a half off the clock. I'm so happy. I love baseball, but I'm so happy football's back.
But this isn't even football. This is mismatchville. I mean, Arkansas is leading Arkansas Pine Bluff 21-0 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. I mean, they're likely to score 80 points tonight. Come on. These aren't games.
Since we're potpourriing, Chris, is this okay to bring up something that Lisa said on the chat? Okay.
Yeah.
Tommy Pham has been rumored to have been let go by the Cardinals.
That's right.
I don't think the Padres are going to bring him in.
See no reason to. You got Fernando coming back.
Yeah.
By the way, Mike
Peralta's
Schilt did say today. Mike Schilt did say today that both Darvish and Hassan Kim are heading to Arizona.
I have that.
To join Fernando, ramp up activity to return.
He's going to, I don't think this is a state secret, he's going to Arizona. He flew today, and he's going to pitch in a simulated, controlled game for 4 innings.
Kim, did he play catch kind of today, or is he down?
Kim went with him. Then he's also in Arizona going through his program with Toddy, and he's going to start to get some good BP and maybe some live at-bats, and then we'll progress his throwing.
Those guys face you?
I don't think so. Or Darvish. I couldn't resist.
Mike Schilt, the comedian there.
I love it.
If you didn't catch that, Kevin Acee said to Mike Schilt, will Tatis and Kim face you, as in you, Darvish? Mike Schilt said, I don't think so, and then added, and he won't face me either.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Mike Schilt, the comedian. Attaboy, Mike. Keep it light. Keep it light.
Hey, you've been asking for him to be honest with us for a while.
He was a little
just
more
very
honest today. Yeah, he said this isn't a state secret. Guess what, Mike? None of it is state secrets.
Some of it is.
No, it's not. Go ahead and tell us. I told you that I believe Tatis would be back around Labor Day.
You did.
I got about 5 more days. Hopefully when they get home for this homestand.
I think that's what it will be. It has to be.
You know what? They need it. I was talking to Sammy after the postgame show. Profar needs a couple days off. I mean, he's slumping. He's 235 since the All-Star break. He's swinging like a rusty gate.
His knee probably hurts.
They just don't have anybody they could really start in left field. But when you get Fernando back, then you could put Peralta in left for a game, or give Profar a little rest.
Yeah,
Merrill probably could use a rest. I'll be honest with you. I'm not trying to.
He's played a lot.
Take him out of the lineup, but. This is his rookie season. I don't want the guy to totally collapse in September.
He's also 21, so things are easier when
got
you're
a little
21.
more energy. Yeah, but they've been short in the outfield for so long. The only 2 guys that are rotating are Peralta and Bryce Johnson. Merrill and Profar, the 2 of them have not missed a game that I can remember.
They've missed
in
a
months.
few here or there.
Not very
I think
many.
Jackson Merrill was out of the lineup recently, but it was for one day, and they were just giving him a break.
Who played center field when he was out?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I don't remember anybody playing center field other than Jackson Merrill, except for very early in the season when Azokar was playing some center field.
Has Tyler Wade played some center field?
Not that
he plays everything.
I can't remember every single
I know.
play in every game, but I'm looking at Jackson Merrill, and I'm looking at every box score or his game log. In August, he has not missed 1 game.
I was wrong.
In July, I don't see him missing 1 game. In June, I see on June 2nd, he got 0 at-bats in a game against the Kansas City Royals. Came in for a late defensive replacement. I clicked the wrong button. I was trying to see who actually was in center field that game.
I think Azokar was
Zokar still here on June 2nd?
I don't know how you're checking this. So,
well, here it is. The center fielder that day for the Padres was Azokar, yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, Jackson Merrill, I don't think has had a day off since June 2nd. I could be wrong.
How many games have they played?
The Padres?
Yes. The record is...
Don't have it handy.
You don't have it handy.
I don't. I'm supposed to know this stuff.
I'm supposed to know it too,
everything.
but I don't know it. The Padres record now 76-60, so they've played 136 games.
Right.
Jackson Merrill has he's appeared in this year. Oh gosh, hold on, 131. So he's had 5 days off this year.
But I don't know that he's had any of those since the All-Star break.
Maybe not.
Unless I'm just, they're not showing it here. All right. Just a thought, but Fernando coming back is going to be a big deal.
It is.
For a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
And Darvish returning to the rotation is going to be a big deal.
Yes.
And I will say this, Kim is going to be a deal. But the kid who filled in for him, Mason McCoy, thumbs up all the way around. He didn't play today. But this guy did not hurt the Padres in any way. He has played a solid short, gotten a few key hits here and there, walks, moved a couple of runners. McCoy's been okay.
Yes.
So I give him a thumbs up for his appearance.
Are we going to think that Bryce Johnson is the odd man out when Fernando comes back? I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah. He's been admirable.
Yeah. But no, man, who else are you going to get rid of?
Not anyone else. I mean,
when Kim comes back, McCoy will go down. That's just the way it's going to go. It's life in the big city. Can't help you.
It is.
We got to make room for these guys. We got to make room for some traffic. When we come back, you're all going to call me a hypocrite because we do a segment on the show called The Daily Gambit, and I get that. So you're going to call me a hypocrite. I'm telling you that in advance. But when we come back, I'm going to tell you another reason why gambling has a chance to destroy sports. That when we return on Gwynn and Chris.
From the 97.3 The Fan Traffic Center.
All right, welcome back. 5:21 the time. Chris Ello, Scraby alongside. Scraby's Chronicles come up at 6 o'clock. Tony Gwynn Jr. rejoins me tomorrow. He's on his way to Tampa. Cardinals over the Padres today, 4-1. All right, I said this already. We have our daily gambit. That's just the name of the segment. We don't gamble any money. We don't honestly instruct any of you to gamble any money.
Yeah, true.
We make picks. We have some fun with it. To that extent, I think it's something we all kind of enjoy. But gambling, as you know, is one of my, pet peeves when it comes to being the one thing that could take sports down. And I just watched the whole special on Pete Rose that was on ESPN. Did you see that?
No, man, you've been doing some documentary watching.
Watching a little documentaries. Pete Rose thing. Four whole shows on Pete Rose.
Did they need 4?
Maybe 3.
Okay.
Because it's pretty complicated. But
all right.
The thing with Pete Rose is you listen to him for 10 minutes and you go, yeah, he should be in the Hall of Fame. Come on, let him in. And then you listen to him for another 10 minutes and you're like, what an idiot.
Because
you can't put him in the Hall of Fame. He has no remorse. He doesn't get it. Pete doesn't get it.
Well, I don't want him to say he's remorseful just to get into the Hall of Fame.
Well, he's not going to, so don't worry.
Another thing that I respect is when it's keeping you from something and you're still towing that line.
But he wants in more than life itself.
But he's not willing to sell. He's not willing to say that, he was
That's
wrong.
That's because his disease tells him that he's not doing anything wrong.
That makes yes.
You can buy that as well.
I can.
Here's more on the gambling thing that bothers me, and this is another aspect of it. People, players betting on games, etc. If we ever found out that sports wasn't on the up and up, that could tear it down.
Yeah.
Well, here's another part of it. Caroline Garcia is a women's tennis player. U.S. Open semifinalist 2 years ago. She used to be ranked 4 in the world. She's like number 28 now. So she's pretty good, but, not tip-top, but way up there. She's from France, 30 years old. Lost her first-round match in the U.S. Open this year. After the match, Garcia posted about the hundreds of hate messages that were directed her way. And she offered an example of a few. One said, I hope your mom dies soon.
What?
Yeah. Coco Gauff jumped in and said, yeah, you could be having a good day. Then someone will literally tell you, quote, oh, go kill yourself. And you're like, thanks. Here's the point that Caroline Garcia is trying to make, and I don't disagree with her. She thinks a lot of this is initiated by people who gamble and lose, support backing her. Yeah. And if you're a gambler and you bet on Garcia and she loses, the hate that can come her way from you can be extraordinary.
Look in the mirror, people.
Yeah, and here's what she said. She goes, it really worries me when I think about the younger players coming up. I'm 30. I kind of, am a little more used to this, but, people can really be affected. And I agree with her 100%. And then she goes on to explain, hey, we're doing it to ourselves, though, because the tournaments and sports keep partnering with, betting companies, which keep attracting new people to betting. And she says, look, we're promoting these betting companies, and these places actively destroy the lives of some people. That's not wrong. She also says, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they should be banned. People are free to do whatever they want with their money. But maybe, she says, we shouldn't promote them as much. And she's not the first player to say that social media harassment has been out of control. Francis Tiafoe, another New York U.S. Open American men's player, said people say outlandish things. It's just wild. Bianca Andreescu, I try not to look at comments. She actually has her PR person go through them.
I would.
So she doesn't have to see them anymore. It's a problem that I see, Scrape. I don't know what you can do about it because we've let it all, the old toothpaste thing, we've let the gambling out now. We support gambling, etc. These sports promote it, but these players are out there playing. They lose, and then they pick up their phone and they're told to go, kill themselves.
I know.
That's a
not
problem.
Cool. That is definitely a problem, and she's probably right that this is the root cause of it. But in the bigger picture, this is happening to everyone. It's not happening to just athletes. And I'm not talking about betting, but there's just trash talk all over social media.
There's a lot of anger and a lot of hate out there. You're right.
And me and you get it sometimes. We're like,
no.
We don't get what they get. Trust me.
I feel like you guys take it easy on us.
I get some that are
some
like
of this stuff.
Hey, bro, maybe you should not open your mouth during the show.
Okay.
That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, well, it's not. But
it's
not.
I don't get the go kill yourself. Is what I'm trying to say.
Don't. Jessica Pegula, another top player. The constant death threats and family threats are normal now.
Here's what Diesel said. That's not cool. Stay off the internet if you're a pro sports athlete.
Yeah, but why should you have to stay off, man? People enjoy going on the Twitter or the Facebook. They want to see this. They want to enjoy their entertainment. I don't think because you're a professional athlete, you should not be allowed to go on social media. And I do think you should have the right to not read your name attached to threats of killing yourself. That's ridiculous.
Jeffrey says, hate on the internet is a product of anonymity and exists everywhere. Gambling has nothing to do with it. I disagree with that last part, Jeffrey, because these people wouldn't be in the DMs of this tennis player if they didn't have something on the line.
I'm pretty sure.
They're not just sitting on the couch watching and being like, I need to send her a message.
Caroline Garcia lost. Oh, my God. She's right. But if they bet on her, then yes, I agree with you on this one, Scraby. Now, here's one more aspect of this that I wasn't aware of. The French Open partnered 2 years ago with a company that uses AI to filter players' social media accounts.
Okay.
And so apparently, the tennis people are trying to do something about this. There's a way, I guess, they can monitor some of this abusive and threatening content on X, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok.
Well, Elon
but I don't
Musk
think it's obviously not under complete control because this is still happening.
Because Elon Musk has said multiple times he wants the discussion, he calls it, on Twitter. And it's not really a discussion. It's just a big hate party.
I want to go back to the person who said that gambling has nothing to do with it.
Yes.
Gambling has something to do with it. But ultimately, that post is not inaccurate. There's just too much anger and hate. And you and I aren't going to be able to stop it by having this discussion here. But hopefully we can keep, raising the issue someday. Yeah. Maybe we'll all become a little more relaxed and happier. But that day seems to be getting further away, not closer.
Yeah, it does seem to get further away. And you know what's going to... Like everything, something bad is going to happen for change to occur.
Well, I mean, we can go back to the 80s, 90s. I think it was the 90s. Monica Seles.
Yeah,
got stabbed. From a crazed fan.
Knock on wood. I'm surprised crazy things don't happen all the time.
Fortunately, that was what spurred security to ramp up to the point where these crazed lunatics can't get to these athletes anymore.
See?
Something came good out of that. In the long run, even though Monica Seles got stabbed.
You need something bad to happen in order for change to happen.
Yeah.
Because these I understand that gambling is on, but some of these people can't help it. Gambling is a real addiction. Just like alcoholism, just like drug addiction. It's a real addiction.
If you watch the Pete Rose thing, you will know without question it's an addiction.
Yeah.
Because the guy looks right in the camera and says stuff that is a lie from 5 years ago when he was on the camera and said something different. But he needs to try to convince himself.
Yep, he needs to keep making that reason that it's okay for him to do it.
I want Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. The next minute, I don't. And that's the anguish as a viewer with watching that particular show.
I have 2 documentaries to watch.
Watch the Maddox one first.
And that's where?
It was on MLB Network.
Okay.
MLB Network. It aired for the first time Sunday.
Okay. I can find that.
Gwynn and Chris, when we come back, now here comes our hypocrisy.
I was just thinking, how are we going to do this, Chris?
It's the Daily Gambit because you guys demand it.
We never blamed gambling for this. We blamed people being
You're interested
bad
in
people.
it, so we're blaming you.
I didn't want to do that.
But I will say this. Scraby did do something pretty spectacular last night. I'll explain it when we return.
Where would you see a guy?
Hey everybody, it's Scraby here for SD Fat Loss, and I gotta tell you, before I started the SD Fat Loss program, I was pretty skeptical because I was someone who tried different weight loss plans, tried some of those fad diets, and nothing worked for me. But, you know, when I started SD Fat Loss, I actually saw the weight coming off each and every day, and it was addicting. I love stepping on the scale each and every day while I was losing weight because it just felt good, and you knew that you were doing it right, and you're getting results instead of hoping and waiting for your weight to come down. SD Fat Loss not only teaches you how to eat healthy and get that weight off, but they also help you keep it off long term. And if you ever wonder why we do ads like these on the station, it's because it actually works. I lost 40 pounds, Chris lost 37 pounds, Ben Higgins lost over 40 pounds. So if you're thinking it's time for you to lose weight, you need to give him a call right now and get that free consultation. 858-665-3211 or go to sdfatloss.com.
Welcome back, Gwynn and Chris. Tony's back tomorrow. We're on from 2 to 3 tomorrow, so don't be late because we won't be here long. But we will have Tyler, Taylor,
Tanner,
Travis, Terrence.
You know what's going to happen when
Timothy.
You're going to say his name wrong now.
Tanner Scott. He'll be on tomorrow. At least he is scheduled, our Friar Friday interview. Mike Schilt will be on with Ben and Woods in the morning. He can explain why the Padres only split with the Cardinals, losing today 4-1. Again, it was AJ Cassavell doing a good job on the Twitter, pointing out that through 14 games of this 18 stretch, Padres are 7-7. It's not bad, but it's not good enough to keep pace in the NL West because in the NL West, everybody's going crazy. And, we'll see. Diamondbacks did lose today to the Mets 3-2, so the Padres remain a game back of them. Dodgers later on against Baltimore.
Oh, did you see all the love that was shown for Shohei Ohtani's dog last night? Which I love dogs, and I
do.
I'm all for dogs.
Yeah, but you thought it was a little excessive.
The name is really strange, and people think it's like him.
The name of the dog?
Yeah, the name of the dog is Decoy. And people are thinking that's kind of like and this isn't true, this is just a conspiracy, that he's just laughing in our faces that he got away with gambling.
Yeah, stop it. Just give it a rest.
Did you see the dog throw a first pitch, though?
The dog threw out the first pitch?
No, the dog... See, this is why I'm like, is this really your dog? Because the dog was well-trained, picked up the ball off the mound, ran it to him at home plate, and dropped it. And it was very cute.
That's the best.
I gotta say,
I'm gonna go home and give Kylie a big hug for that.
Yeah, for Shohei's dog.
Yeah, Deion Sanders' son, Shador.
Yeah,
134 yards, 2 touchdowns. Colorado 14, North Dakota State 10 in the first quarter.
2 big bad plays on the defense.
Doesn't look like Colorado has any defense yet.
No, it doesn't.
If the early returns are in. All right, let's check traffic. Then we'll go hypocritical on you.
From the 97.3 The Fan Traffic Center, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Drive-Thru Oil Change, your trusted instant drive-thru oil change. Guys, we just can't seem to catch a break this afternoon. Now an accident southbound side of the 805, Claremont Mesa Boulevard off-ramp. Southbound 5, right before the 8 crash, has been moved over to the right shoulder. Southbound 125 accident right before the King Freeway. Looks like that is all over to the right shoulder. Stalled vehicle has been moved over to the right shoulder on the North 5 coastline before Delmar Heights Road. Now an accident westbound 78 at the 5, blocking lanes. Watch out for some debris reported in the roadway. Southbound side of the 15 at West Bernardo. Stalled vehicle in the center divide. Stop by any of the 30 San Diego Valvoline Instant Oil Change Centers. You don't have to get out of your car. It usually only takes 15 minutes or less. Plus, get a free courtesy check of your tires and battery. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for directions and discounts. SoCalOilChange.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo!
If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly, and we mean that.
And don't send hate mail if you lose. It's on you if you lose.
Yeah, you're the one who's making that decision. No one told you to make that bet. You made it on your own. Now, back to Shohei Ohtani for a second and his dog.
Mm-hmm.
If you were a baseball player, Chris, would it be hard for you to go on all the road trips away from your pet all season long? I might find a way to bring Lucky with me everywhere. If I was a good enough player, I think they would accommodate.
I would miss the dog, but, I'd probably get around it. They got FaceTime now. Wife can put the dog on FaceTime.
That is not the same.
And you can go, hello, Lucky, 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 Lucky.
No, I'd be
and then
like,
they look
no.
into the camera, and then they don't even know it's you.
No, I would be like this. This is what I do when I get home. Where's my big man? Oh, there's my big man.
Yeah. When you do that on FaceTime, they give you a blank stare.
I would miss. Yeah. All right. So last night, apparently, I did something for.
You did something incredible last night.
I don't even know what it is.
Well, give us the results, and then I'll tell you what you did.
Padres were -1.5 on the run line last night against the Cardinals. We both chose the Padres back when the Padres were good.
Yeah. Cardinals won that one.
4-3.
Yeah.
Miami and Colorado, total score 11 runs, over under. We said over. It was 8-2. Under was the score. The score there.
Right.
Sale 7.5 Ks, over under. We both went over. Sale 6 Ks.
Yeah.
Last night.
Keep going.
Djokovic with Jury.
Laszlo
Jere.
Something like that.
It was -8.5 for Djokovic. We chose him as our bet.
Right.
I think he won. It was 6-4,
6-4, 2-0, and then the guy retired.
Oh,
so he only won by
what happened.
He only won by 6 games. He did not cover the spread.
What happened? The guy just gave up?
The guy got hurt. Something happened. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was like,
that's
what is
bad
going
luck
on?
right there. Can you imagine? Yeah, you lost. I think you lose that bet. At least in my game, you do.
I'm sending hate messages to Jerry for that one.
For that one?
Yeah.
Thanks. Way to promote what we're trying to stop.
The New York Liberty last night were 13.5 points over the LA Sparks. You chose the Sparks. I chose the Liberty. Sparks won, 94-88.
Sparks with a shocking win over the top team in the league last night.
Starting to see where I went with this news.
Keep going.
Brittany Griner over under 18.5 points in the game last night. You said under, I said over. She had 10.
Yeah, she didn't make it.
Angel Reese over under 14.5 rebounds. We both said over. She had 14.
She didn't make it.
Did I miss every single one of those?
Yes, if you're paying close enough attention there, you will see that Matt Scraby pulled off a remarkable feat last night.
Oh, that's not what I
He
want.
made 7 picks. He went 0-7. That is not easy to do.
No.
You could try to do that for the next 2 years and not be able to duplicate that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you went 0-7 last night.
That is really bad.
That is good. Here's what's really bad. Our records for the week. I'm 8-13. I'm sorry, 8-11, which is not great.
Mine's gonna be brutal.
You're 4-15.
I'm living on the street this weekend.
You are living on the street, and we're gonna have to take your Twitter away because you're gonna be sending way too much.
You know what? Angel Reese, why couldn't you tap one more down?
Come on, Angel.
That's one more rebound.
Hurting the team there.
Come on.
All right, here's our wagers for the weekend, our picks for the weekend, because we don't have a daily gambit tomorrow. We'll start with tonight. Dodgers 1.5 over Baltimore.
What about the Aztecs, remember?
We're going to get there.
Okay.
I'm going in the order of when the games are.
1.5 over Baltimore.
We got to go with Baltimore and hope, right?
Is Walker Buehler pitching tonight?
No, Bobby Miller is pitching for the Dodgers, and some guy I've never heard of is pitching for the O's.
I'm first?
Yeah. You're 4-15. See if you can keep it going.
I'm going to go O's.
Got to go with the O's. Come on, O's. All right, tomorrow night, this is the big one in the WNBA. Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark at Chicago Sky, Angel Reese.
I feel like they play all the time.
It's only their third matchup, I believe. Fever is favored by 5.5 on the road. The Fever is playing really well now.
They've caught a fever.
After being in last place and struggling early on, Caitlin Clark has lifted the Fever. But I will take Angel Reese in the Sky.
Really?
Plus the 5.5 at home.
Interesting.
Who are you going with?
I'm going to go with the Fever.
You got him. All right. Caitlin Clark, tomorrow night, 19.5 points against her rival. Will she make it?
She just did one where I picked over.
She was under the other day.
I'm going to say over.
Over? I like Caitlin against Angel Reese. And then Angel Reese is in here with 14.5 rebounds again. She's going to go over this time. What do you think?
What was the over-under?
14.5
again.
She had 14 last night, so she just missed it. You're going to go under again.
Fall for it twice.
Okay. Now we get to Saturday's college football action. San Diego State, 33.5 point favorite over Texas A&M. Commerce. It's your turn.
I'm gonna have to go with Texas A&M Commerce because I don't know what this team's gonna look like.
We're going to be an awesome machine, Scraby.
I would love to be wrong on this one.
Sean Lewis is going to have an awesome, totally oiled machine. They're going to run up and down Snapdragon Stadium. They're going to win by 5 touchdowns.
Have we already?
This is tough.
Oh, they're the Lions. The Commerce
Texas
Lions.
I don't know what they are. You got a freshman quarterback. It's his first ever game. And you got to give 5 touchdowns?
I'm going Commerce.
Yeah, I know you are. Honestly, I think you're making the smart pick here.
Betting with my head, not with my heart.
But I will bet with my heart.
Oh, you're going to SDSU.
Of course. I have to go with the Aztecs.
Okay.
Also Saturday, Penn State, ranked 8th, on the road at West Virginia. This is one of the few competitive games of the weekend. Penn State favored by 8. I'll take West Virginia plus the points. I don't like James Franklin, the coach of Penn State.
Right.
He's on my
book
dislike list of college football coaches. Ever since God, what did he do? Forget what he did one time.
I can't remember, but
It was something about a field goal at the end of the game, and the other team made the field goal, and they took it off the board. Anyway, he wanted a shutout so bad that he did something really...
Did he call timeout after... I don't know. Anyway, you're going to take West Virginia. This is the problem with college football is I have no idea what West Virginia is all about.
I don't know either.
But
what do you know about what Penn State is?
Penn State's been pretty good as of late. I'm going to go with West Virginia at home, though. Those Mountaineer fans get rowdy.
You're going with West Virginia also. We're both going with the points.
Took me a long time, but yes.
Okay. Georgia, number 1, 12-point favorite over Clemson. I don't know where this game is played. I think it's at some sort of neutral
probably in Atlanta or something.
Location.
Let's see. Georgia at Clemson. Are you picking first?
Yes, I am.
It is in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz
Okay, so
Stadium.
that's hardly a neutral site. I'll take Georgia. Although Dabo Swinney, he is one of the coaches I like.
Really?
Because he gets it.
Really?
Yes. Remember what he said last year, which I really enjoyed?
No.
Well, he railed against all the stupid boosters that were calling for his head because his team was only 5-3 after they won like 90 of 91 games. And he's like, what is the matter with you people?
I'm sorry, you just don't get to keep your job at Clemson, bro, if you're not winning.
Every game?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I like Dabo Swinney. He gets it.
Oh.
Who are you going with?
I'm going to go Clemson.
You're going with Dabo.
Yep.
Plus 12.
Dabo.
Miami, minus 2.5 at Florida. It's a pretty good rivalry game.
Is our Florida guy Matt on the chat? Matt, tell me who you think's going to win.
The Gators? Well, he's going to think the Gators are going to win.
I don't know.
What do you think?
People are very critical of their own teams.
Do we have time to wait for Matt?
No. So it was Miami at Florida.
Miami's favored by 2 points.
Two and a half. Tagovailoa?
Yeah.
You're
first.
I'm going to go Miami because I know nothing about Florida.
Okay. Now your guy in the chat's going to be mad.
Oh, Matt said Gators by 9. I'm going Florida.
Oh, you're changing.
I trust Matt.
Matt says Florida.
Yep.
Okay, Matt, I don't know you. I do know Jesse Agler, and he went to Miami.
He did go to Miami.
So I'll take that.
All right. And I'm even putting, Matt, just so you know, I'm putting Gators by 9 so we remember to review that.
Here's one for you, Scrabe. You love these. Ohio State taking on Akron. LeBron James, I don't believe, is playing in this game. Akron could use him. Ohio State's favored by 48.5. Come on. Why are you playing these games? I honestly...
The Zips aren't usually this bad.
This bad? It's because Ohio State's probably this good. All right, I'll take the Zips. Just because it's kind of fun to say the Zips.
You're going to take the Zips?
I am. Plus 48.5.
You know how
Ohio
much...
State's got to win by 7 touchdowns to beat the spread. They certainly can do it, but...
You know what coach in college football irks me a lot? Ryan Day of Ohio State.
Yeah, he's on your list?
Yeah, he's on my list.
Okay.
He was a Urban Meyer apologist, basically. I mean, he got the job after Urban Meyer. I'm going to go with Ohio State.
You're taking
to win
him
like
anyway.
65-0.
All right. On Sunday...
Oh, my gosh. Sorry.
You all right?
Yeah, fine.
You hurt yourself?
Didn't know we had this many bets. I'm creating new...
Got one more. LSU by 4 over USC. Final game.
LSU by 4 over USC. Where is it?
I don't know. It's a neutral site.
Okay.
Another neutral site game, so I don't know.
Lincoln Riley's on that list for me, too.
You don't like him?
No. Remember when he forced USC to buy him a house and buy out his house in Oklahoma? I'm going LSU. I mean, Brian, what's his name?
I'm going to take USC here, and the reason is because I was at the Holiday Bowl last year, and whoever USC had as like their fill-in quarterback for Caleb Williams was better than Caleb Williams. I don't know if he's still there, but I'll take USC here.
Brian Kelly is LSU's head coach.
Oh, wait a sec. Yes, I'm going to, you know what? In a battle of disliked coaches,
yes.
I'm going to go Lincoln Riley over Brian Kelly.
I can't believe I just sided with Brian Kelly.
You just went with Brian Kelly, and I'm not giving you a chance to change that.
I'm not going to change it, but I'm not happy I'm not happy supporting a guy who changed his accent when he became an LSU head coach.
Here's the deal. James Franklin caught some flack for calling a timeout, 11 seconds left, and leading 56-0 against Georgia State. He called the timeout, froze the kicker, who then missed the field goal, and they ended up with a 56-0 shutout.
That was pretty lame.
Come on, James Franklin. You can do better than that.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Scraby's Chronicles are next. We're back tomorrow at 2. Don't forget, next Wednesday, we're at Buffalo Wild Wings, so circle your calendar for that. Tanner Scott on the show tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening. Adios.